Our greatest enemy isn't lack of effort or limited resources or even failure itself. No, our greatest enemy is fear. Fear is the heaviest hurdle. It slows us down. It plants seeds of doubt in our minds. It makes us wonder if what we want is even possible. We all have dreams, goals, and aspirations that we want to bring to life. But fear often whispers that those things are unattainable, that we're not capable enough. Fear can convince us to play small, to not take risks, to not step outside of our comfort zone. But here's the truth. The only way to silence that voice is with trust. Trust in ourselves, trust in the process, and a little bit of faith that goes a long way. All of that starts with one small step of courage. I learned this lesson recently at the Grand Canyon West entrance. Let me set the scene. Picture this, a breathtaking vista that seems to stretch forever. I had dreamed about this place for almost 10 years, and now here I was. I was finally going to go ziplining, but when it was my turn, I froze. You see, months ago, this was supposed to be my boyfriend's surprise. He's the adventurer. He loves these kinds of thrills, but he had hurt his shoulder, so I had to take his place. Well, I'm not gonna lie, I was scared. But I knew he would be disappointed if I chickened out, so I took a deep breath and tried to focus on the task at hand. First, we headed to the front desk where we signed the usual stack of waivers, and then we got into a van that took us to the launch point. Soon we were climbing 3 stories up a ladder to reach the takeoff platform. When we got to the top, we met our guide, a friendly guy named David, who would secure our harnesses before the flight. But it was when I looked down that I really felt the fear hit. The canyon was so vast and the drop so steep. I immediately regretted my decision to come. As I stood there contemplating what to do, David asked if I was ready, and I told him I needed a minute. He patiently waited while I tried to work through my fear. I remember thinking to myself, how did I get talked into this? This was crazy. I was terrified, and I wanted to go back down. So I asked David if I could walk back down to safety. He said, sure, no problem, and I started to make my way back down the ladder. As I descended, I saw my boyfriend and my friends cheering me on from below. Their support gave me a little boost, but I still could unshake the feeling that I was letting them down by not going through with it. I reached the ground safely, and from the sidelines I watched as other groups took off. Their laughter and screams echoed across the canyon, and it sounded so joyful. I felt that pull inside me, wanting to be part of that joy. Then I noticed 2 more people waiting behind me. They were watching the others fly, and I could tell they were getting a little impatient. In that moment, something shifted within me. I realized I had a choice to make. Fear had kept me standing still, but courage was asking for just one chance. I took a deep breath, turned around, and headed back to the platform. David was still there, and he welcomed me back. Once again, he made sure my harness was secure, and then he gave me the signal to jump. I took a big deep breath, let go, and suddenly I was soaring above the canyon. The wind whipped through my hair. The canyon rushed below me, and all the weight of hesitation lifted off my chest. That ride wasn't just about ziplining. It was about choosing courage over comfort, action over doubt. And in that moment, I was grateful that I hadn't walked away. Because here's the thing. Sometimes in life, in order to experience the joy that's waiting for us, we need to take a leap of faith. We need to confront the fears that try to hold us back. I discovered that day that fear can be a powerful force, but it doesn't have to control us. With trust, faith, and a dash of courage, we can break free from the wheel of comfort and create a life that's full of excitement, joy, and yes, even a little bit of adventure. If there's something you've been wanting to do, don't let fear hold you back. Take that leap of faith, because on the other side of fear is where the magic lies.